Well, hello, my gig workers. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Sarah, and this is Gig Girl, Pearls of Wisdom. So here we go. It's just another day of doing our gig life, mostly Instacart here on Cape Cod. I did it exclusively yesterday, Instacart, and I had two opportunities where, I'm on the way to do a single batch and I get that, add on offer. And on both of them, in addition to a single one, the screen goes blank. So I know I'm heading to this particular store. I kind of have an idea of who it is, but then the screen goes blank. So then you have to pull over to the side of the road and beg a virtual assistant to send you an agent. Does this work? Does this help? Did this help? Yes, no. Just give me a freaking agent to talk to, please. Oh my God. And so then this morning I wake up to an email where they really care. And so they want to get to the answer on why, when they do the additional add on, the screen goes blank. You have a green bar at the bottom, there's nothing on it. And then you have the eye on the top, or a question mark on the top in that green bubble. And pressing either gives you nothing. So you have to go back out. And it's just, it was a tedious, time consuming thing to do. But the only thing I wanted to do yesterday was Instacart. So I kept doing it. So yeah, I love the email today. Send a screenshot. To who? As soon as you send it, it's a no support email address, right? Do you think Instacart, figures out ways to not make it easy for us? It's incredible what they do. Although, anyway, so those three orders, when I get to the store, it's like, please start my batch. Please, please, please. I'm in the store. So I started shopping for myself at BJ's, which is our version of a big box store, which is not really big, but there you go. And so I just started with the things that I needed, some Tide Pods, some asparagus, things like that. And then finally it opened up, and it wasn't a huge order, um, but it was a double. And so, yeah, and then the at checkout, it's like it wouldn't clear me to go further with the checkout, and the customer is kind of getting angry with me and saying, "This has never happened to me before." And I said, "It's never happened to me either." I said, "I'm sorry, they've formatted a new app and it's nothing but glitches." And so she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." And I said, "I know, it's not anything that you know, I'm a veteran of this torture and abuse and disrespect, lady. This isn't like, I'm new and I have no idea what I'm doing. It's once again the app, and I don't know if it's because of the heat index and advisory and satellites and humidity. I don't know what the freak it is. All I know is that I had no Waze again. So I had to do Google Maps. And so fortunately, I wrote down the address to go to this area. This is the same area that I've gone to before where there's no internet at all. So you better darn well know your streets in this exclusive area. You only wonder how the people that are, spending millions for these second, third homes, what, how do they handle this no internet connection out there? It's crazy. So it ended up being a good day. I did like 5 or 6 batches, so I was happy. It's just, it's just so funny to like immediately have the Instacart technology glitches of the maps, the ways, and then the Instacart app itself. It just never ceases to amaze me. Anyway, you have your cuppa? I've got chameleon, organic, ground, dark and handsome today. And so I'm doing that. I love all of your comments and your suggestions. They always help me. And so, things do get better. Somebody asked me, they said they're fairly new to Instacart, and when it says meet the customer at the door, how do you, do this? And I say, Most times, fortunately, it's just leave. You know, I always send a picture as a message, and then when it says to send a picture, so then I've got the picture in the thread of the conversation in case it comes up as a non delivery. But if it's early in the morning, like say it's a 6 a.m. order and I'm there before 7 a.m., I don't usually knock and everything else because it could be left over from the day before and they know it's going to come at a certain time early in the morning, but I don't necessarily want to wake them, right? So I will just leave, knock gently, whatever, whatever. Hope the gravel in the driveway or the white crushed oyster shells wakes them, not me. So we continue, and I love shopping for Instacart. Don't get me wrong. And I was delighted to find that one of my 4 stars finally fell off. And somebody also suggested I can call them and find out. Well, for hits and giggles, one time I called and each agent gave me a different number of how many batches I had to complete before the lowest rating would fall off. So not a, it's not an exact science. It is what it is. Don't you just love it? So I'm catching up with videos today. It's 5 a.m. as I record this. I have to be at work at Stamac at, don't you know, Shaw's. And I'm a cashier for 2 hours, then I'm an in-store shopper. And I had this order at Stop and Shop the other day for Instacart. And a lady was doing the in-store shopping at Stop and Shop. And I said, I'm just going to text the customer when I do find something she wants. She said, I know. And I said, just curious, do you substitute? Do you have to call them and get permission and approval and all the blah blah that Instacart wants you to get? And she said, no, we just substitute. And she said, that's all I'm doing. She said, every single department is out of stuff. It really looked like a war zone there. There's a new feature on the Instacart app where it kind of gives you a synopsis of how many items you got, how many replacements, did you deliver on time? And it's kind of interesting. And I laugh because when I have no connectivity, like I have in that exclusive area, it looks like it took me 20 more minutes to complete the delivery because I have to get back into the real world, not the uber rich world, to be able to complete delivery. So it looks like, I'm just futzing around doing something. And it's like, no, I'm just driving from this no connectivity area. It's just crazy. I look forward to crisper weather when things work. And, but we get smarter. We get better at doing it. We write down the addresses. We make sure the number of the residents, we have that. So we're not, SOL when we're out there in Never Never Land and we can't figure out what address it was. It's just crazy. So where our skills are getting better seem to be in handling the glitches of the Instacart app. Funny, isn't it? It's like, that's not what you figure. You figure you get more proficient and efficient shopping in the stores. And yes, that happens along the way, but we're also just getting better at understanding the glitches versus our own. At first you always think it's you because Instacart is so good about, making sure you know that you're worthless. And then that just adds to it. It's like, how come I can't figure this out? Well, Instacart doesn't want you to figure it out, or they haven't figured it out yet. And they figure, well, just pile it on the shopper and let them spend, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes with each order, just getting past the virtual assistant to somebody that's reading the script. And one of the responses I got from one of those horrible agents in another country was, I'm sure you're disappointed when things don't go the way you want them to. What? Did you just say that to me? No, I have an expectation that this billion-dollar company is going to get their hint together with their app and make it a little bit more seamless for the shopper. But that's not on their agenda. They're too busy refunding scammers and fraudsters. Oh, I'm so bitter, cynical, and jaded. It's just funny. But, there we are doing our Instacart again. So thank you for watching. I hope you had your cuppa with me, and I will see you here the next time on Gig Girl, Pearls of Wisdom with another tale and adventure of gig work on Cape Cod. Bye bye for now.